before we start, let's kick off some good vibes.
I agree. Let's do it to it.
Be curious to see what you're going to draw.
Oh, you want me to pull my moons?
Mm-hmm. I'd like to know what you're going to draw.
Okay, I'm going to go grab it. I had some other cards I was going to show you as a surprise.
Oh, I want to see. I want to see the other ones. Fix my hair while you're there.
So I got us those other moon cards, but then I got, I splurged. Jesus Louises. So I got us these moon manifestation cards.
Oh
right?
my God, those are cool.
And so I got yours, but then I couldn't resist. These were just so gorgeous. They're called Daily Crystals Inspirations.
Oh, let me see that.
So this is what the back of the deck looks like.
Oh, wow.
And then each one is like the different stones. And then there's like a book, like Daily Crystal Inspiration.
I like that.
They have like a whole wall of different decks of like cards. And like they would have one open so you could like look at them and look through the books and everything. And I was like, oh, okay.
We gotta go there when I come visit.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let me shuffle my moon cards. I'm recording this part. Should I leave this part in?
Yeah.
Why not? It's something.
It's like, this is our thing. This is what we do.
Yeah, and I don't really tell anybody about it. Like, there's very few people. I told Mary.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, it's just.
What did you think about it? Or
She just thought it was cool. She was like, "Do mine, do me."
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, since we're gonna leave this in, I could pop it at the end, or I can just leave it at the beginning. It doesn't matter. Just to tell people, like, what does it mean to you? Because I know some people will be like, "Oh my gosh, Satan, Satan!" No Satan.
No, but
no buts. It's not.
You know, when I was doing the yoga training, there were several young women in there, and they didn't really have like these type of oracle cards, but they had more like daily affirmation cards and daily affirmation journals and diaries and
because that's when this started, right?
That's when this all started. And so I thought, okay, if I'm going to be teaching classes, it would be nice to draw from a nice deck or say a journal or a diary about some good affirmations. And so I was looking through different decks for affirmations and stuff like that. And I just didn't really find anything that I like. And then I ran across this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, I don't really know what oracle cards are, but I just fell in love with her artwork, Nyx Rowan. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. And ever since then, it's been history.
Yep. And then I got a deck, or you got me a deck,
so
that we could, and we use it more like, it's not fortune telling, but it's just kind of like a guide to reflect, like self-reflection.
And biofeedback, because it helps us work through different things that may be coming up or that we're going through at the time, or maybe something that's already passed, and it kind of gently pushes in a more gentle direction.
Yeah. And then sometimes it's like, maybe, like you said, biofeedback, where you maybe don't realize that you're not letting go of something, or there's something and just when, I don't know, like your soul speaks to you, when something in the card will trigger something, and you're like, you know what? I didn't think of it that way. I think maybe I'm needing to let go of this, or I'm needing to find a way through this. And
it's definitely helped deepen my self-awareness because it's forcing me to really think about what I'm asking. It's forcing me to think about what I want to do, and not just like forming a plan, but actually deeply thinking about what I truly want. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to figure out. The other thing, the other flip side of that is that actually talking through it with you, right, instead of just saying it in my mind, saying it out loud and letting those words come out loud is like putting it out there.
Yeah.
And that helps make it even more attainable, more real, and even a deeper understanding. But yeah, I would say the big takeaway for me so far is a lot of self-awareness that it's helped me create.
Yeah, I agree. And there are things like, especially sharing with you, you know, there are things that you can push down in your own self. But when you and I are, because we know each other so well, that I'm like, you know, or you'll tell me like, no, I think that's something there. I think that's something I think it has to do with this, you know. Maybe it's something that I'm like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to deal with that, you know. But,
yeah.
Because it's easy for ourselves to push down. Yeah, like I got that reading today. I don't go get readings all the time, so if you're watching, listening, but there was just something. I was flipping through Facebook and I saw this local shop, and it was like this lady was there doing readings, and it was like a set of cards that somebody had given her great grandmother, and it was very unique. And I just was like, I need to go like over there and get a reading from her today, and it was really uncanny, like how it was. So yeah, and I did tell her, because like I in my brain I was asking about one thing, and then the spread was completely like, no, you're dealing with this. And I even told you, like, the first 3 cards she flipped over, and it was just like the other one I had from that other lady who just like looked at me and was like, what happened to you? You just went through something horrible. It was like she flipped the first 3 cards and it was just like, oh, I know where this is going, you know? And same thing. She was like, basically like, what happened? You know, you just went through something rough. So,
well, maybe at the end of this meeting, talk, chit-chatting, whatever you want to call it, maybe you can share a little sliver of that reading you got today.
Maybe
what she said verbatim on something that really stuck out for you.
I can. Yes, there's specifics I don't want to get into too much, because the person in question is a very vindictive person, or can be.
Something that could probably help resonate with other people if they're going through a type of loss,
right,
or having to rebuild and start over, or
right. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people are going through that every day.
And you know, that's actually, I brought up to her that we were going to be doing this, and that, you know, at the end I was talking to her about the YouTube channel a little bit, because she was saying she was wanting to start a channel. I was like, you totally should. Because, and that's how we started getting into the ego thing, because she brought up ego before I ever said the name of our channel or our podcast. And because I was saying it's hard for me to accept when people say that I've done something to help them. It's hard for me because I feel like it's braggy to be like, oh, well, right? It's not me. So I don't know how to accept that. What did she say it was? Imposter syndrome. She's like, you have imposter syndrome. That's what's going on there. But you are, you know, and that's what you will find too, is that you are going to change people's lives. You're going to, impact people. You're going to, and once you get a little taste of that, baby, you're never going to want to let it go. No. No, but it makes you feel so warm inside, to feel like something I said, something I went through, something I shared really helped somebody else or had an impact on somebody else in a positive way. And that's kind of why we wanted to do this, which I know we were saying we were going to talk about today, like why we wanted to create this podcast and everything. So I wanted everybody to have what we have. I wanted I wished I wish that for people, that they could have the kind of relationship with somebody that they can just be 100% themselves and reveal, be vulnerable, and not be afraid, and be able to learn and grow and share and not be, we share all of our ideas together. Probably not all of them, but we share. You might hide, I don't know, but we share a lot of our ideas, and we're never like, I'm never scared if I tell you one of my ideas that you're going to laugh it off or be like, that's dumb, or,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
and we do that all the time. Just being.
It's good to be able to bounce ideas off of each other, and it helps the creativity go. It's like having a really awesome team, and we're on the same team, and there can be all different. Yeah, it's just diverse.
Yeah.
Is even though it's just you and I, the capabilities of our mind, the potential that we have is so diverse. And the fact that we're wanting to share this with other people that we have never even met, never spoke to, never seen, never heard, that's going to exponentially create diversity that I can't even picture in my mind. And usually I can picture things in my mind. I have visuals of like things that I imagine, and I can see it visually in my mind. But that is so far out of my mind that I can't even picture how deep the diversity and the creativity we're going to come up with when people start coming in and actually being a part of this. Because I don't want it to be just a podcast of, oh, it's Maggie and Elaine, and
Right.
this is just our daily journal. No, it's more than that. It's everybody's journal.
Yeah. And we were talking, this is a good time to mention that, by the way. We're going to put in the description down below well, for the moment it's going to be on YouTube, but I'm going to figure out how to get it up on Spotify and other platforms. But in the description box, there's going to be our email, so that if you have questions, comments, ideas, whatever, because some of this might be close to home, and making a public comment on YouTube, which is totally welcome. We'll read through those and, comment on those. But if it's something that's like close to home and you want to send an email or an audio recording, or and make sure you say, like, I do not want this shared, or if you do, don't use my name, or, I don't mind you sharing, whatever. Because I think that as a community, we can create something so powerful, even if it's just in your own personal life. Like, I don't know. I know and I don't know, but we are welcoming that. And we're thinking of ways in the future, like how to have friends of the podcast come on and like talk to us, or just, bounce like we do, bounce ideas off.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's something you're interested in, say that in the email, like, or send us an audio link and let us know because sometimes for me, like, typing things out is just, but it's doing an audio, like voice to text or an audio link, just, I don't know.
No, that's good. I mean, because we get in those modes, sometimes where we got to brain bomb it. So do it. You got to brain bomb it, send it over. We'll dig through it, chunks and all.
We're going to find that poo nickel. Have I told you the poo nickel story? I did. My friend Joanna. I'll tell it because
Yeah,
they don't know.
not yet.
My friend Joanna, she had this. She's a very quirky person, but I love her. She had one of those little, plastic boxes that on the top has like a little magnifying glass type of deal, like a little specimen box. And inside of it was a nickel. And I was like, Joanna, what's going on with this nickel in this box? She's like, oh, that's my poo nickel. And I was like, what? When she was little, she swallowed a nickel. And her mom went through her poo until it came out. And she saved that dang poo nickel. And she's older than me. Yep. Anyway.
Her mom washed it off, right?
Yeah. You wouldn't have known that there was the poo nickel.
Oh my God.
I wish I had a poo nickel. I guess I better get busy.
I actually thought that if I swallowed gum as a kid, I could blow bubbles out my hole. I still haven't been able to make it work, but whatever.
One day. Don't stop believing in your dreams. What's that from? They're punching people in the face when they...
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Believe in your dreams. Yeah. Okay. Were you going to pull a card?
Yes. So I've already cut the deck in half. And so what moon phase are we on?
Ooh.
So I'll look it up here on my fancy app. We are a waxing crescent.
Okay.
When is the next full moon?
Ooh, it's like Tuesday next week.
Oh, wow.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yep, Wednesday.
Nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
We like to take full moon walks, and we haven't done one yet here. I want to go. No, we did. We did a full moon walk at the Garden of the Gods. It wasn't quite full, but it was almost full.
Oh, okay.
I count it. It was cool though, right? A second. Okay.
So what is rising up from now until the full moon?
Are you doing all four, or are you just doing one?
Why don't we do all four? Like what we would do if we're talking to each other.
Okay.
But to kind of help through it, what do you think about you pull two, I'll pull two.
Okay.
And then usually what we do, we kind of just made this up and pulled it out of our ass, but we'll pull an extra super card.
Yeah. Okay, so are we doing this like for us, for the channel, for the podcast, like?
For the channel, for the podcast, for the people, for that. However this is going to go, what our potential is over the next, several days, I guess, just
until we meet again.
Maybe general.
Okay.
What do you suggest? What are you feeling?
Well, yeah, I'm feeling like, because this is our first one, and then it may speak to somebody. So are you gonna read the whole page? Because that's a lot. Can we paraphrase?
I don't know if I'm gonna read everything, but I'm gonna kind of pick out what I think is relevant.
Sounds like a plan, Ann.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's rising up between now and the full moon? What's rising up in you? Or is it what do I need to release? Oh. This is the card you get all the time.
I get the Pisces one.
Oh, the Pisces one.
So find this one, Mags. I'll hold the card up so everybody can look at the card.
And this is what is rising up?
Mm-hmm.
New moon in Cancer. Oh gosh, I don't have my cheaters. Do I? Oh my gosh, here we go. A new start's coming in your private life, right? There's a rising up in the connection between the people and the places you hold dearest. could be a member of your family and you're wanting to move forward towards something in your private life. This card comes as a message that you can do it, right? If you've been neglecting your family, time to reconnect, and you need to take better care of yourself. Attune to the moon, make sure you put family first. And there are additional meanings. Let's see. Let someone get a bit closer, y'all. That's us. You let us get close. Let us get real close. Okay. Meditation will help you banish your insecurities, and spending time near water will bring you peace. It's a happy sign. Home. Yeah. Right. Positive for family matters. And we're a family.
Yep, and y'all matter.
Yeah, and we're making a family here.
That's why we're doing this.
Yes. All right. What does that mean to you?
What does this mean to me?
Mm-hmm. What, like, how do you
Definitely
feel?
a new cycle.
Yeah.
For your child or children. This podcast is like our child.
Well, that's true.
And meditation will help you banish your insecurities. That helps me because this is one form of my meditation, is talking this through and reminding myself and reflecting.
And this says time. I'm sorry.
Everything that's going on. So this is like a type of meditation for me, verbal.
One of the additional meanings that I didn't read says it's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Mine have. Big time.
Yours definitely have.
I feel like you're on a teeter-totter. I don't feel like your goals have changed, but I feel like everything is coming together. Like you've got a stone soup right now. And it's like one of those, like, it's like chili. You're like chili. And you know when you first make the chili and you got all the stuff in there, and when you first make it, it's good. But then when you put it in the fridge and you let it sit for a little bit and all those flavors start marinating together, then you got some chili, right? Or gumbo, whatever. You know, when all those, you've got, and that's what I tell you, you've done all these really cool things along the way, and you're like, but none of these things tie together. But no, it's like a big Elaine chili. Your chili.
Yeah, maybe later on we'll talk about, when we get into our different life events and how we came to be where we're at today. But, what Maggie's referring to is I've done a lot of different things in my life that I've initiated and gone out of my way to create, but I haven't found how they're all connected or how that's going to help me later on down the road because they're so different from one another.
But I firmly believe things happen in your life for a reason, and the things that you gravitate towards and you learn about, it's something that it's leading up to something else, and those skills are going to, just like the beekeeping association that you built. And maybe the thing the takeaway from that, maybe it has nothing to do with bees. Maybe it does. But maybe it's, you've built something from the ground up. You've created a community, an organization, what have you. And so it's like you have that knowledge, and that, not just the knowledge, but in your heart of hearts, like, I've done it before. I know I can do it again. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so whether it's this, creating this community, maybe it's something else that this is going to lead into, because I don't think this is the end goal for either of us.
No.
There's something bigger, I believe that. Yeah. All right. You want to do the next one?
You picked.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, the next card in the 4-card spread is what's the solution to any challenge I face now? Okay. What is the solution to any challenge I face now?
Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon.
Third quarter moon. The artwork on these are so beautiful. And this is, what is the solution to any challenge I face now? Adjustments are required.
Okay, see, this is where me and Maggie start getting into the weeds but the good ones without triggers, because what she just talked about all these different life events and the skills that you develop over time, we don't know where that's going to lead. But here's the first sentence of that card. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there's a lot of negativity and you need to let go of this. So, whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved, which you need to release into the ethers. It also comes with a promise that not all is lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get where you want to be. So there may also be a crisis now, which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of. So pay attention. I'm reevaluating the situation. Your life may be out of balance, and this may be causing your issues. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. Something new and exciting is around the corner. Trust may be required to move this situation forward. We know where we've been, but where are we going? It's a time of falling away and a time to reevaluate. So no matter when you pull this card, the teaching is to release and to trust. Yep.
I know. I'm just like, because what was the second? The second line was like,
Whatever situation you're asking about,
I need to look at it myself.
page 36.
One of the lines was just like, and this is the thing, like the people watching, or listening, whatever, you don't know, like we just had this conversation about, it's been wonderful, a lot of negativity you need to let go of, toxic emotions you need to release into the ethers. All is not lost. Changes or adjustments are required before you get where you want to be. So the reason that I'm like breathing, like, okay, when I went to get that reading today, I was asking her about a very specific situation, and it was completely about just us moving forward in our future, and like everything's moving forward. And immediately what came up was not that. And the first, like I mentioned, like the first 3 cards that came up were like, okay, great, I know where this is going. And it was all about, no, you can't move forward until you absolutely released all of the negativity, until you've released. So like, and I thought, like, I'm really on the road to like being over this. And she's like, no, no, you're not. And there's just more. And I get that, because it was like, I think the piece that's like hanging on is that trust, like moving forward and being able to be myself and vulnerable and trust, but not losing the lessons that I learned. You know, I don't know. I'd be interested to see what others think of this. So.
And you know how I'll say the comment, I don't know who came up with this phrase, but it's a life lesson, not a life sentence. So there's no reason to imprison yourself in something from the past when you have your own way to get out of that lock.
Right. Yeah. All right. So next up, there's 4 cards in this spread. If you're wondering, if you're like, what is this? What am I watching? What am I listening to? This is the advice. So you're going to pull the advice?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You're ready to be amazed?
No. Yes. Okay. A new start is coming. Okay. New moon. That's a regular moon card, not a special moon card, right? New moon. Is that the first one in the cycle? Yes. There's a yes coming your way. This is, oh no, I can't read without it, but okay. This is the most auspicious card in the deck. Totally positive, suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you're asking about is blessed. You're on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you are starting all over again in some way.
Hello.
I know. In all the ways. I'm starting over again in like all the ways. And you're starting over again too. Be that on a new or better course or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you're moving into a new cycle. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you're asking about has become toxic, either this will clear up now or something totally new and fresh is on the way. Attuned to the moon, I'll see it when I believe it. I see it. I believe it.
That's you.
Yeah.
I already saw it.
You did. That's the crazy thing is you were telling me way before.
You need to trust yourself because it's there.
And this is how, like, I feel like, I don't know how to describe it. Like we had that talk in the car that day. We just sat in the car and talked, and like you were like, I already see all of this for you. Everything is like before we even moved here, you were like, I know this is 100% right, and then what you're supposed to be doing, even though there was so much turmoil and struggle in what I was going through. And now, as of yesterday, I was just like, it was like, ah, and I could feel the flow. I don't know how else to describe it. It just felt like I'm on this, it's going to sound so dorky, but like this celestial river or something like that. Like I'm floating down this, it's like a moonbeam, right?
Without resistance,
Huh?
is what you said.
Right, releasing resistance, releasing, and so knowing that all of the things that are coming in, the comments, or people trying to tug you out of your purpose, it's like you're the people trying to pull you off the path or pull you out of the stream and say, no, come this way, no, go that way, or that's dumb, that's, I can't believe you're wearing the tutu in the river, or whatever, that I want to wear in the river. And just being able to now, like, just, no, this is the right thing. This is the right path. This is the right. And now just being able to see, like, these things coming and just, they're like, ping, ping. And being able to just see them as little, like, not.
Like when we were kids and we'd go float down Guadalupe River.
Yeah.
In our Converse. And we're just floating on those tubes. It didn't matter what we saw on either side of the bank. We just kept going. We were going with the Guadalupe flow and just having our feet up in the air. And I think that's so true because when you have your feet elevated, it brings more blood to your heart quicker. So you're elevated and you're in a happy mood, just like they always say. It's kind of hard not to smile when you raise your arms.
Yeah, because you see my armpits.
See, did she shave? Anyway. But that flow that you had yesterday without resistance.
It was like I could see everything so clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I verbal diarrhea, like, all over you. And I was like, sorry. Because I just had to get it out. And I don't know how else to describe it. Like, I don't want to lose that feeling. Like, this is right. This is the right way. This is the right path. Everything is going right. And
I think when you're releasing and you're letting go of certain memories, you're letting go of certain things that you were deeply attached to. And that almost kind of pulls the weight out of you so you can feel lighter. And you can go and receive other things because you've made room for that.
So it's
Does that make sense?
like here's me, and imagine my core is like a little clay figure, a little, and in it is all the things that people have stuck on it. You know, people's expectations or their comments or their, you know, whether it's family or friends or, and then it's like this whole move, as hard as it's been, all the things that have happened and everything, it's like all these little things are falling away. And it's like I only have a few little things left to pull off of me, little sticker burrs or something, and it's like, oh, okay, get these little, and then it's just back to me. And there's no more like, this is what somebody else wants from me. This is what somebody else's expectations are for me. No, there's no more of that. There's just, this is what I want. This is my life.
And I hear the song playing. I hear it. The song's playing for you.
In your house? Do you hear it?
Oh, Lore.
Oh.
Cantare.
Oh.
Fly and sing.
Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. Yeah. My love, wait, your love is giving me wings. How does it go?
Your love is giving me wings.
Yeah.
I know it by heart. It's just now you ask me.
It's in Italian, so well, part of it is.
Volare e cantare. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. Volare. Yeah. Your belief that your dreams can manifest is working well. You will soon start feeling more hopeful about getting what you want.
Boom.
Boom. All right, we got one more to go.
Okay.
It's my turn. So the last one in the cycle that we're looking at is what? The resolution?
The final.
Outcome. The final countdown. Oh. New moon in Capricorn.
Capricorn. Oh,
your
wow.
hard work is paying off.
See?
Don't know if I'm working hard or hardly working. But I would say it's not like physical work, obviously, but like emotional, spiritual, like that work has been like daunting, grueling. Okay, wait, I'm not reading, so.
I'm gonna read the Attune to the Moon first.
All right.
Make a proper plan and execute it well.
Okay.
First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally.
Look out, world. Here we come.
Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you're unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months, maybe even 5 years. That will inform your best course of action, so seriously think about it. Drawing this card suggests it's time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is you want to achieve. A very good omen for study or teaching.
It's you, lady.
Hard work will make your dreams a reality.
That's you again, lady.
So, Capricorn is a sign of ambition, building, and hard work. It's solid and rigid, this energy of that card. So, this comes towards the end of each year and marks arguably the best moment annually to make a list of your hopes, dreams, ambitions, and intentions for the year ahead. So anytime that you pull this card, it suggests that with planning and discipline, you can achieve whatever it is you set your mind to. And that's true.
That's true for everybody.
I mean, I've always believed in hard work because no one's going to do it for you.
I think you and I are a lot like that in that way. We want it, we go get it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't exist, you build it.
Mm-hmm.
You make it happen.
Very true.
If you need it, you make it happen. Like with my own kids, you know, there was no graphic art and animation for preteens, so like made it. No beekeepers association in the hill country, make it. You know, you build. And I think that's something that I want for everybody. I want people to have that realization that if it doesn't exist, you can do that. Like if it's something that is in your heart that you, even if it's a short-term thing, like my kids' group that we did, like that was something that he had this desire, and when there was nothing there to meet that need for what he wanted, and so I was like, okay, let's just make it happen, and we did. You know, we built it up. So it's just, if you're feeling that way, there are other people that are probably looking for the same thing. There are other people that are like, and then, but instead of like creating it, they're like, well, I guess it doesn't exist. Oh, well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to like put the first foot forward and like, I'm going to make it happen. You know?
Yes. And I think fear stops a lot of the entrepreneurial spirits that I think every human has.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Fear of what other people are going to say. Fear of like, I don't know how to do that.
Or failure, or,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I mean,
but the thing is that even if you fail, failure is still a success. In a weird way that it sounds like what is that called, an oxymoron? It's weird that you could say a failure is a success, but that is like the starter, the spark plugs on your engine, you know, and that's what makes you become resourceful. And if it didn't work, you find another way, and you find another way, and then before you know it, you had just figured it out. And once you get to where you're going, you've become a master of your own failure.
Yeah, definitely. And even if, that's the thing too, though, even if you don't, because there's been a bazillion things that I've failed at, but there have been so many things that I have been successful at, that those failures are like, okay, well, that was a bust. Next. Because I've tried and failed and tried and succeeded and tried and failed and failed and failed and failed and succeeded. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, well, just because that didn't work doesn't mean the next thing won't work. You know, do you know how many YouTube channels I have started and like abandoned? Like probably 7. Seriously.
I have one, and it's up. I just haven't published anything on it because
Yet.
I let fear get in my way.
Yeah. Dude, okay. By the way, this is the finger coming at you. I was getting my nails done, getting a little mani-pedi, right? And so the ladies there were asking me where I moved from, and I said I moved from Texas, and they were like, "Oh my gosh!" They pointed to the TV, Houston. I was like, "Yeah, I used to live in Houston." They had a YouTube channel playing. Somebody had created. The video was just them flying a drone over different parts of Houston and putting like really relaxing music to it. And I was like, that makes Houston look really peaceful. But it was this, and they just had it playing in their salon. And it was just freaking Houston. And that's why I've told, what I say, just bees. People would love to just watch those bees coming in and out, feeding on the honey. You know, you could have one with the sounds, one with some cool music to it, you know, like, and just that's hypnotic, right? I mean, it doesn't even matter what it is. You don't even have
Well, I will give you a little hint, I'll just tell you. I am planning on, before Christmas, getting it done and doing like a walkthrough of Kerrville and the Hill Country.
Yeah.
Just so people can explore it and see what it looks like. Not drone, but, pedestrian view.
Yeah. I mean, just anything. Like, you never know. To this day, maybe, my most popular video
Is it the fig and Scotch bonnet?
Fig. No, it's dehydrating figs.
Oh, okay.
It's just like me, like dehydrating figs in the dehydrator. Like, that's it. Popular. Oh, it's bumped to second now. How to dry figs. I don't care. Just stick it up there. Yeah. I forgot how we got on this.
Just making a plan, having a strategy, something new's coming around, hard work.
Don't being afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. Try things. Just throw spaghetti at the wall and run, because I ain't cleaning that up. I'll catch you.
You know what though, is like if you don't try, what's worse, failure or just living in regret because you never even tried?
Exactly. Yeah.
Knowing
that you didn't even give it
that you could have and you didn't.
Yeah. There might be work to it. There might be, and it's discomfort. There is some discomfort, that those growing pains. But at the end of it, like knowing I figured it out. I mean, and that's one of every family, I don't know if every family does this, we have little family mottos, and whenever we are doing stuff together, one of the things I always say to the kids is we're resourceful people. Like when we have struggles figuring things out, like we are resourceful people. We can do this, that's, poor Winter. I'm sorry, Winter. When y'all were here, I was like, y'all put this shelf together. I thought it was easy. And they struggled. And I came down and there was like tears all around. And I was like, because your first instinct as a mom, as the grown-up, is to swoop in and be like, okay, I can get this done lickety-split. Let's just move on. But I was like, nope. And I remember later there was something else that happened, and you were like, you better figure it out, because Aunt Maggie is not going to let you give up. So I was like, damn right.
Oh, the spray can of paint?
Yes, the spray can at the hardware store. The spray paint. We got busted huffing the paint. We weren't really huffing it. But he couldn't get the lid off of it. And he was just like, I'm like, no, you're going to do it. And then you're going to feel so much better. Like, I was like, you've got to feel those successes. You've got to. And they just kept putting that shelf together wrong. But they finally got it. And at the end, I would like to think that they felt success. But they probably felt frustration. And
they probably don't realize it right now in their little mind. But the fact that they had to push through it.
Yeah. Because it is just like, okay, I'll just do it. I can have it done in 15 minutes. But I really wanted the kids to have that. I made mine before y'all came. I made mine put together one of the IKEA like wooden shelves. I was like, go put that together, kids. I'll be up here. I'm putting this other thing together. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Y'all go put that together.
No, they know, like, I am not going to make them do anything that I wouldn't do, and I'm not over here like, y'all go work and I'm going to like eat bonbons and like watch Phil Donahue. No, I was putting together this other beast over here. Yeah.
All right, how are we going to draw the super card?
Ooh. Should we do a moon super card, or should I pull one of my crystals for a super card?
Both?
Okay. Then you do the moon super card, and I'll do the crystal super card.
Okay.
I got a new deck, you guys, today when I was at the
So
shop.
usually we'll spread them out, and then I run my fingers over it. I'm like, okay, tell me when to stop. Let's see here. It's about. There we go. And that one just fell. So
Grab the one that fell. That's the one I want.
that was the whole thing here.
Oh.
So now you got to pick.
Let's see. Second from your left. Is that your
My
left?
left or your left?
Your left. Second from your left. I'm looking right at it. Where is it? There it is. That's the one. Yep. The energy is gaining momentum.
And it will. The more of you join us and become involved in these conversations.
And we won't always do our cards. This is just like, we didn't know what to do. We just need to get the ball rolling. Let's just have a chit chat this evening. And we were like, let's just do our cards and see what happens.
A soft opening of this podcast, and it's, going on 11. So let's see. I'm not getting too crazy with it. So here's the card. Attuned to the moon. I know I'm headed in the right direction. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of. It will take some work, and you're not quite there yet, but this is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? So, whichever you decide to do, you're most certainly on the right track. And that's either making a commitment or just meditating and focusing on the desired outcome. We're not going to do that. We're going head in first, or we're just going all out. So, this situation is full of potential. Review your goals and ensure you're still committed, and keep moving forward. Your dream can come true. This is a very empowered and a very empowering time. And this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make plans and to act on them, no matter when you actually pull the card.
Making plans. All right, so these were the new cards that I got for fun because they were just so pretty. Daily Crystal Inspirations. I just love the cards. They were so pretty.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And y'all know I love my rocks and my minerals.
Oh yeah.
And my energies. I don't know. I don't know about the energy stuff from them. I don't know. But they're pretty and they're fun. And it's a nice thought. So maybe. All right. So, should I just shuffle till you tell me to stop? How do we do this?
Yeah. Okay. Right there.
Let's see what we got. This is it says Golden Healer Quartz. Open the door. All right, let's see what open the door means in the book. Golden Healer Quartz. I can't believe we're doing this. I feel like we're being really brave right now, sharing this part of us. This is like our secret, not our secret, but like our private, like.
These are like our private conversations that we have.
Yeah, and this is like, I mean, talk about being vulnerable. Like, I honestly was like, I wonder if we're ever going to tell them about our cards. And we're like, we're opening with it, y'all. Okay. The judgment, I can feel it coming. Okay. I don't know why. Wow, I don't care. I love it. Okay. Golden Healer Quartz. This is a new one for me. Okay. I'll hold the whole thing. Open the door. Take it easy. There's that stream. You're ready to begin the process towards some form of healing. Think about an aspect of your life that is calling for your attention. Unlock the door in your subconscious mind so you can remember and overcome the experience or feelings that you may have blocked out. I feel like that's what happened today with that reading with that lady. Because she was just like, no, you're not over this. This is not done for you. I'm like, She's like,
What?
She's like, he's going to pop up again, watch. I'm like, oh, I blocked him everywhere. Okay, anyway. That's getting private.
Back off.
Allow yourself to acknowledge these emotions and then let your healing journey begin. Remember to take it slow and easy as you uncover the parts of yourself that need healing and as you embrace a better, stronger you on the other side of the door. The core questions. Oh, I like those core questions. In which area of your life are you ready to begin your healing journey? What can you do to make yourself comfortable as you open the door to healing? What are small steps you can take to begin the process? Crystal action. Affirm. I begin my healing journey. Today, choose one area of your life that you could use an extra dose of healing. Take 5 minutes to tap into your subconscious and freely write about all your feelings. Healing. Okay. Golden healer. Sounds like a dog. Anyway. Thoughts? Questions? Your bowls?
That's my golden healer over there.
Your bowls over there. I can't believe you've only given me one sound bath. Or it's not a sound bath. It's a vibrational sound therapy. VTS? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, BST.
VST. And it was so wonky and so weird because we were upstairs in my bedroom and Dad, was he talking to Randy? Who was at the house? Was it when I was still with Randy? Dad was there.
Yes, because Dad fell asleep.
Dad fell asleep during his. Mine, I was upstairs and Dad and Randy were talking downstairs. And it sounded like they were standing right outside the bedroom door. It was the weirdest thing. I could hear every single thing they were saying verbatim, like they were standing outside the door. And I was getting pissed. I was like, those mother... I wanted to enjoy
they were
this.
downstairs.
They were downstairs in the living room talking to each other. And I could hear everything they were saying. Isn't that wild? So I was just like, Chip. So I feel like I didn't
give you another one.
I didn't get the full effect.
Yeah.
Of being able to relax into it and just like let go and all of that. But that was a very interesting, it was definitely interesting how it happened. Anyway. So how do we wrap this?
And the mindset that you're in now.
Yeah.
And being able to find a place that doesn't have distractions and loud noises. When your mind is more open into receiving and exploring the possibility with that, the better it is. Well,
the place that I went today to get the reading and that they had the cool stuff. While we were in the middle of our reading, she got a message from one of the other ladies that worked there that they were getting ready they were turning the lights out. So she's like, I guess so we wouldn't be surprised if we left the room and the lights were all out because they were going to be starting a sound bath in this other area. So I was just like, oh, what else is going on around here? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, what do you want to, how do we sign off on these,
well,
what do we leave our new friends with?
Openness is all I can really think of coming to mind right now, like what you said earlier, that, even though this is a soft opening and we're not necessarily talking about business. We're not talking about entrepreneurship or, money making ideas. I think being settled with yourself first for the person that you are, that you can be, and knowing where you're at or where you want to go will only feed and seed that idea of where a lot of people know your background from. But I think the involvement from you, from everybody out there, that's what's going to make this podcast. And I think that's what we can offer as far as something different, I guess you could say, in another podcast, because this isn't scripted. There hasn't been all this inundated research. These are really raw and honest life experiences. Not to be here to be right, but just to be here to share and maybe speak out about what we really feel. And the more that we conversate, the deeper we're going to get. Because, just like I keep saying that this is a soft opening, it's like when you first meet somebody, you're not going to brain vomit all of your emotions and your life experiences. This is a relationship that develops over time as you get to know one another, as we get to know each other, as you get to know us more, and, actually get to clue in and hear about our conversations that we speak, me and Maggie, to each other. You get to chime in on that, whereas before we wouldn't have shared, just like this evening. So all I can really say now is anybody that is still here at the end of this recording is thank you.
Yeah. And I know we have plans to have topics more specific, but it was just kind of like we needed to just like jump in because things kept happening. We kept kicking the can down the road, and so yeah. And any ideas that you might have for topics that you would like us to discuss? That's a sign. Yeah, send it to that email, and we'll, it'll get more organized and more succinct, possibly, over time.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
What are the kinds of things we say to each other to sign off when we're talking to each other? What kinds of things do we say?
Well, usually it's something really silly, like dumb, like your mom's upstairs eating popcorn.
Sound the corn horn.
Me so corny.
Oh my gosh, my stepdad Gary, and he's ruining it.
Rhonda.
Yeah. All right. I love you.
Love you too. Love you guys too.